Welcome to E Times Anna Kumra. Thank you so much for making this, and you're my fourth guest on How I Made It.
Thank you, Vicky, for having me.
Anna, this show is all about the day you made that decision that I want to be an actor, and the journey began. I want to get into the entire struggle, I want to get into the entire ups and downs in your career till you finally made it. Yes, this is Anna Kumra, I am here. Let's take it right from there.
First and foremost, I don't think you ever make it. I started off not thinking that I want to be, acting commercially or I would be acting like in films or anywhere, because my introduction to acting was only at the Prithvi Theatre. I enrolled myself in a workshop when I was 14 years old. I There was this thing called Summertime at Prithvi, that like these workshops that happen, and Neeraj Kabi was taking one of the workshops, and I happened to enroll in one of his workshops when I was 14.
Hmm.
And we did all sorts of things. We did Shakespeare, we did puppets, we did everything that he could probably include in a workshop for, like, say, 10, 12 days. And
Right.
we used to, I remember I used to stay in Bombay at that time, and I used to take a train and I used to go every day to Prithvi. And then I started watching, because uh, the children who do Prithvi at the summertime, the workshops, they get to watch free plays.
Hmm.
So I used to get to watch a lot of plays. So I absolutely started enjoying being at Prithvi. I started enjoying the space. I enjoyed watching plays. Then eventually it led to me started I started doing backstage work. I started enrolling myself into the Prithvi festival. I started helping out at the festival. I started helping out at the office. I started assisting, Sanjana and everyone. And I just kind of, like, I got consumed by that space, and I was just like, I was so taken into that, in that environment, that for me there was no looking back. And I never really thought about, like, acting as a profession. I think even for the longest time, till I even finished graduation. It was my mother, actually, after I finished graduation, that, she came to me one day and she was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "What do you mean, what I want to do?" She's like, "You do all sorts of things. You're dancing. I was working with the low lintas at that time. I was working as in the I was just in client servicing. And she's like, "I know you don't want to do this in the long run." And I was like, "What do you mean I don't want to do this in the long run? This is what I'm doing." So I think, it was my mother who kind of, like, also put the seed that I should take formal education or formal training in acting, because
Hmm.
both my parents are from very different backgrounds. My mother's a police officer and my father's in pharmaceuticals. So they were like, "We cannot help you if you want to take this seriously as a career." So I
Hmm.
said, "Okay, fine." And then I got enrolled into Whistling Woods, which is the institute, that's owned by Mr. Subhash Ghai
Yeah.
and Mumtaz. And and I started, and I think it was the inception of the institute, because it started in the same year as I started the acting school.
Hmm.
So in 2006, I got enrolled there, and 2008 is when I finished my diploma in acting. And Nasir sir was my teacher. So Nasir sir and Ratna ma'am and Makarand Deshpande and Akash Khurana, Benjamin Gilani, these were all my teachers.
Hmm.
Um, and I graduated. And then the next day after graduation, I had no work. Because in film school, you're a star, because you're doing every project and every director has to work with you.
Hmm.
And when you actually get out from film school, you really, like, that's when you hit ground reality, because you go like, "Oh, I have to audition. Oh, I have to stand in those really long lines, like everybody else." And I had no idea how to steer my career. There was no education. There was no one to tell us what to do. Everybody was, from my institute, was just like trying to figure out how to get acting jobs or trying to get jobs in general, because
Hmm.
honestly, like, nobody helped us. Nobody. There was no education about how to really find yourself in the real world.
Hmm.
But I think we were very lucky, because my institute had like, Shanu had come to the institute, and Shanu Sharma. And me and another friend of mine, we both enrolled into, like, we basically got internship with Shanu immediately after film school. And I assisted with, on My Name is Khan for, I think, for a year. And that's when I understood what casting is all about, how actors actually get jobs, how do you audition. I started taking auditions. um, so I think that kind of led me to understand the world of cinema on the ground level. Like I was just like, oh, is this how you get a job? In fact, I was the one who got Arjun Mathur's. I think I pushed his audition a lot for My Name Is Khan, because he had auditioned, and and I think it was very sweet because I remember Karan Johar. I'd met him for the first time at Dharma. And, we were just like very young interns at that time. We'd just gotten out of film school, no idea about, anything else except for acting. And I remember Karan standing at the doorway of his office one day and asking me, who do you like? And, I was so taken aback. I was like, this is such a big director. He's asking me who I like. So I said, I like Arjun Mathur for this part. And I still remember that. And they cast Arjun. And it was so sweet because I was just like, for them, my opinion mattered. And I didn't expect that. So there are lots of small, small things that have kind of led me to,
gain confidence.
Or not gain, but I just think like I didn't really plan this entire move. Like I didn't plan to get this or plan to get that. I've never really met people for jobs, or I've never asked somebody, please cast me. And it's usually very organic, the way the entire process has taken place and how things have happened on a very organic level. So, of course, there have been ups and downs. There have been times when I did Yudh for the first time, for example, and that was because Anurag saw me in a play which was being directed by Nasir sir. And he saw me on stage, and then, I was cast opposite Mr. Bachchan as his daughter. And that was my first big project. And that was the first time I was really like it was going to be my debut. And I was standing in front of like, this mega star. And I was like, oh my God, like this is Mr. Bachchan standing in front of me. So it was really nice, like, and he was very sweet. Like the first day I met him, the only question he asked me was, do you have a problem with rehearsals? I said, no, sir, not at all. I've been doing stage. And that's all I do. I only do theater. And that's all we do. We only do rehearsals, and we do shows, and we do rehearsals and shows. So that was the only thing that I knew. And I think that kind of worked really well because he's just so like prepared. He's such a prepared actor. He comes prepared with his part. He comes prepared with his lines. He comes prepared with his entire scenes. And he loves rehearsals. And, so for me, like my first film was with was with Nasir sir, and my first show was with Mr. Bachchan. So for me, like the learning happened very soon with the right people. And I think, hota na ki aapne correct sur pakda hai. So for me, it was really that, really.
तो ups तो मैं समझ गया, ये नसीर साहब थे, बच्चन साहब थे. What were the downs? You mentioned there were ups and downs.
I mean, there are downs when you are in a place where you have absolutely no idea how to put your next foot forward. You think that networking in parties or meeting people at parties, that's going to land you with a job. And Yudh didn't take off. Yudh bombed. In 2014, Yudh bombed, and like nobody watched it. And I think it was really ahead of its time. Because it should have been on a big platform now. Like it should have been on a platform as opposed to like being on television, because I think the television audience didn't understand, because that time the consumers were still watching TV serials. And for them to watch a show like Yudh didn't make any difference to their life. And I had pinned all my hopes with that show, and I was like, this show is going to do well, and then I'm going to get film work, and I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get that. And that time, really, honestly, there was no web. So there was only TV and there was films. And in films, I was being offered like heroine ki behen ka role, yeah, heroine ki friend ka role. And I was like, I haven't taken like training to be playing somebody's sister, honestly. Those parts lead you to nothing, because it doesn't lead you to your next job. I have no problems with those parts if those parts are also having an individual life of their own, but they really don't lead to anything, So I said, is this going to land up with like me with another job? So that didn't happen. So then there was no work. I was running around like a headless chicken. I didn't know what to do, who to ask for a job. I didn't know which director I didn't have any director's numbers. I didn't know how to message them and ask them for work, because I was just like, what am I going to message them and ask them? You know, like they all obviously want to work with big stars, and there's no work of mine which is really out. So how do they cast me? Like
Hmm.
it's so weird.
But you had gone
And none
through
of
the process of audition, so you knew, and perhaps you could have called Karan himself.
I don't call anybody, and I didn't know him. I just was working as an employee with Dharma Productions, and I just knew him as an employee. I didn't want to overstep the line. I still don't have anybody's numbers. I don't know anybody. I still don't know anybody,
Hmm.
and I feel very like I still feel like somebody who's just been lucky, who's got work because some job has led to another job.
So
I started.
is it a
Sorry,
principle that Anna will not call up filmmakers and say, I want to work with you? Uh,
nothing called
uh,
a principle.
your new film is coming. मुझे कोई मेरे लिए कोई role है.
I do that now. Like I obviously, if there is something that I feel that I should test for, because I feel like audition is my right, and I should test casts. And of course, अगर उन लोगों को मुझे reject करना है audition level पर, then that's completely understandable. But I still don't message a lot of people. Honestly, because I don't know too many. But I know that if there's something that I'm very keen on, or if there's a filmmaker I definitely want to work with, I will quite shamelessly ask them, so can I just test for this part? And if that's a yes, then it's a yes. If it's a no, so it's fine, you know. I've very honestly, I've believed in ask and you shall get, and I get, so it's fine. मैंने सारी चीजों के ऑडिशंस दिए हैं. मुझे मेरा हर काम ऑडिशन के थ्रू मिलता है सर. मुझे लिपस्टिक भी ऑडिशन के थ्रू मिली थी, मुझे युद्ध भी ऑडिशन के थ्रू मिला था, मुझे बेताल भी ऑडिशन के थ्रू मिला है, मर्जी ऑडिशन के थ्रू मिला है, मुझे ऐसा कोई प्रोजेक्ट नहीं जो ऑडिशन के थ्रू नहीं मिला है. मुझे सब ऑडिशन के थ्रू मिला है.
You've done TV, you've done films, you've done the long form of storytelling, that's web series, you've done short films also.
Yeah.
How do you approach all four of them? What's the difference?
I approach them all in the same way. You have to approach a character and not a medium. It doesn't really matter to me where the film is coming out. I don't know which film is going to release. I didn't know Khuda Hafiz is not going to release on the big screen and it's going to come on the small screen. You know, so how do you expect me to approach it? I'll approach it exactly the same way. By the end of the day, it's work for me. I have to put in the same amount of work in my character. You know, whether I do, you know, I put in my heart and soul for this show called Marzi because I knew that show required that kind of an emotional connect. You know, I didn't know it's going to win an award. I didn't know I was going to win an award for that. And, you know, and I didn't even know about the award. And then I suddenly won an award for it. So I don't think most actors don't approach a medium. I think they just approach their characters. And that's exactly what I do. I approach my character like the way it's supposed to be done, as opposed to thinking कि यार ये इस पर आएगा और ये इस पर आएगा. हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है वो किस पर आएगा? By the end of the day, if my work is being seen by filmmakers, is being seen by you know, content makers, and they know me today, I think almost everybody knows me because of my work, not because, you know, because I'm a somebody or I'm this or that. You know, I've been working constantly. I've really been working like round the clock for the last 2-3 years.
So you've done all these mediums, that's fine. But again, you know, if you ask a film actress, most of them today are vociferous that male stars are paid more. What's happening in web shows and what's happening in television out there?
You know, I'll tell you honestly,
how do you feel about it? Is it the same?
I don't think so. I think in web, it's more or less the same, because if I'm getting paid a certain amount, I know my male counterpart is also getting paid similarly. They might get a little more than me if they have face value, but it all depends upon what face value. There's so many shows that I've pulled in a lot of monies compared to my male counterparts, and vice versa. It could happen either or. I don't know how it happens in film because honestly, I haven't done too many films, so I don't know how it works in film. But I'm pretty sure when they're saying that something like this happens, I'm sure it happens, and there is salary disparity not only in our industry, that happens in most industries. But really, having said that, I feel that in web, I don't see that kind of disparity.
So would you say that it was Rangbaz? Would you say it was Inside Edge? Would you say it was Bombers? Or would you say it was Lipstick Under My Burqa? that people started recognizing you. People started, when you went out, okay, this is Anna Kumra going.
I don't think they still recognize
Hoga.
me. But I think Lipstick was really groundbreaking for me, even in terms of performance and
Hmm.
even in terms of recognition. I think a lot of people who hadn't watched my work watched me for the first time in Lipstick, and they took notice of my of my work,
Hmm.
um, which I had not expect. I hadn't expected that kind of reception.
Hmm.
I'm always going to be grateful to Alankrita for casting me for that part, and for bringing a live Leela for me, because uh, you don't get roles like those, and films like Lipstick don't get made at all. Forget, like, once in a while. I just don't think these kind of films get made at all, and I think there was something really magical about Lipstick,
Hmm.
which kind of worked for all four of us. I had never imagined that Ratna Pathak Shah would be able to play Buaji, and she played it with so much dignity. And Konkana's character was fantastic. Plapata was really, really, really nice. And so I think for me, like, these four women are very special. Alankrita is very special for me. Um, Ekta becomes very special because Ekta, she put the film out there for all of us.
Hmm.
We had no idea about Lipstick. We had no idea that the film is going to become such a revolutionary one.
Hmm.
And there have been attempts to make other films with other women, in the industry, but I don't think any of them have resonated with me as much as Lipstick has. And it personally is my favorite film, and there's nothing, because I'm part of that film. I have just watched it 22 times literally, and I've watched it in 4 countries, and I've traveled with that film to, like, different countries, and seen reactions of men, women equally. And it's still, I still feel the same every time I watch it. I still feel the same.
After Lipstick, you had Accidental Prime Minister. Very
Yeah.
small role.
Yes.
Was that disappointing? कि बहुत छोटा role है.
Actually, the role was written small, and I remember when I got Accidental Prime Minister, मुझे हंसल सर का message आया था. उन्होंने Inside Edge देखा था,
Hmm.
and Inside Edge I didn't have a very big part. I had a very small part. I had about 5 scenes in Inside Edge. And wo bhi because some actor walked out, and then I suddenly got a call from Guru, and he was like, "Will you please, step in for this part?" And I was just like, "What happened?" And then he was like, "Nothing, just come." It was just because I know Guru really well, and I absolutely love him. And I was like, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to come and do this part."
Hmm.
So I remember going on set, and Karan Anshuman was directing, and Karan didn't even have the time to come and brief me, because he was in the middle of like some 100 scenes on that day. And he so sweetly popped into my vanity, and he's like, "I'm going to come and brief you, and I'll come back." And I was like, "Okay." And I waited the entire day. Karan didn't come because he was so busy. And then suddenly they were like, "Ahana, your shot's ready." And I was like, the director hasn't briefed me. But anyways, I'll just play it like the way I think it's fine. And I went and, like, did my scene, and Karan loved what I did. And I was just like, thank God, like, I was not wrong. So I think, like, for me, like, a lot of things work that way.
Hmm.
And like, Hansal sir had watched Inside Edge. He had liked me. In fact, he mentioned me in his tweet, when he watched Inside Edge. And the next day I got a call from, him message, and he was like, we're testing for this. We're doing this film. Why don't you come? And I was like, okay, sir. So we had this kind of a look test and everything. And when I saw myself for the first time in the mirror after wearing, the sari and the headgear and everything, and I looked at myself and I was like, oh my God, I can actually look like her. So it was a little freakish. And I did a very good audition, I remember. I watched this interview of Priyanka's, and that's the audition that they did also. They didn't tell me what were they going to do in the test. And then they suddenly, gave me the lines of this. And I was like, hey, I've seen this interview, so I know. And we auditioned. And I got the part. So I remember Arjun Mathur calling me up, because I had, again, asked, the casting director. I was like, I think you should test Arjun for Rahul's part. And he really, he can look like a thin version of Rahul, but he can.
Hmm.
So, Arjun called me and he was like, have you read the script? And I said, no, I haven't. And he was like, I'm a background artist. I'm a junior artist and you're a background artist. There's no part. You don't have a role in the show, in the film. And I was like, really? He was like, please, Ahana, read the script. And I was like, I'm sorry, I haven't read it. I was just so excited that I got Priyanka's part.
Hmm.
And I read the script and I went to Vijay sir and I said, so I don't have a part in the film. What do I do? I don't want to do this film. So he was very sweet. He was just like, no, no, we'll write more scenes. Don't worry. We'll increase the part and everything. And I was like, fine. They did increase the part. They did increase a couple of scenes, but those were not in the edit. When I watched the final film on the day of the premiere, the scenes were not there. So that was the first time when I experienced how actors feel when the scenes are cut out. Because none of my work has ever been edited out. Because I've always done those parts which are so crucial to the storyline that you can't edit those parts out or those scenes out. And this is the first time, we're sitting in the audience and my mother, all of us, like, we have my mom, my dad, all of us are watching the film and my mom's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm coming. Where are you? Coming. And then it didn't happen. And I was like, oh my God, they edited my part out. And I was like, okay, this is what happens. So it's fine, I guess. Like, I asked Vijay sir and I was like, so why did y'all cut my scenes? And he was like, no, they weren't being relevant and this, that. So I was like, you can't argue that. You cannot, because that really is the maker's call.
But when you played Priyanka Gandhi, did you also go through the way she talks, the way she walks, Did you do?
When I played Priyanka, no material on Priyanka available on YouTube. It's after I finished playing Priyanka's part and the film released that she's really like out there in the horizon, because, she's campaigning and she's doing everything. She's really out there. And I was like, I don't have any material. How do I research her? But I really did research her, like whatever material I could find. And I think my AD team was really nice, because they kept sending me like videos of her, and they kept sending me like, material that I could read about her. And I remember my first scene that I shot was the one where I get out, after my mother has made the announcement that she's no more the president, and and I'm walking out, and I still remember this. This is really fun.
No more the prime minister.
Yeah, like when she announced Manmohan Singh is going to like she's not going to stand for the prime minister's job, and I was like, okay, and I did 12 takes of that scene, because Vijay sir was just not saying okay, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And it's because that also kind of plays on your head, because you go like, why are they saying one more? Why are they saying one more? I'm fine, like I did the scene well. And we were shooting for that film in English and in Hindi subsequently. So first we used to do the Hindi take, and then we used to immediately do the English take. So I and I was just like, what's happening? And then this junior artist was standing right next to me. He's like, "Aap kuch galat kar rahi hai kya?" And I was just like, shut up. So it's like, this is a very great morale booster, So it was really hilarious. I was just like, my God, like anyways, I was feeling like so thrown off right now. And suddenly this guy like asks me this question, and I'm just like, and this is like my second film, and this is a political film, and you don't want to go wrong with the way you're playing person, So I was really like all over the place. I was just like, what's happening? So then Vijay sir messaged me at night, and he was like, do you think what you did today was fine? I said, I think it was fine. I don't know why you thought it wasn't. So do you want to reshoot it? He's like, did you get that video of Priyanka's where this is an actual footage? I said, it's nowhere on YouTube. He's like, no, it's not on YouTube. My AD team was supposed to send it to you. I said, nothing has been sent to me by your AD team. And he was like, oh, no wonder. And I was like, yeah, maybe. And then I think his AD team kind of sent me that quickly, like, everybody, obviously the AD team must have got like firing. And poor things, they all sent me the video, and I was like, acha, aise karna hai. Like, literally like that. And then we reshot that scene. And it was perfect. He was like, see, now you're pitch perfect. And I was just like, sir, this was not there. He's like, there's hardly any footage of hers available online, There was hardly any footage available of Priyanka's. And now she's like all over. But whatever I did find, I think I enjoyed playing her, and I did look the part. And, I would love to play a biopic where I can play somebody, in a longer format.
I hope that scene was retained, which you reshot.
We did. Yeah. That's the opening.
Yeah. वो उनके original script में होगा. Not the one which was coaxed by you to be introduced,
No, I guess it's fine. I guess everybody has their own, every filmmaker has to take a call. So I guess.
Now, whether you agree or not, Shamshera is a big one.
I'm not part of Shamshera. God. No, I'm not.
बहुत टाइम से आ रहा है.
I know, and they're not changing it. In fact, when I was shooting for Betal, I went to Karan and I did tell him, I said, Karan, the Wikipedia page mentions my name. Do you guys want to take it out? Because really clearly I'm not part of that film. And every time I do an interview or I go anywhere, everybody asks me about Shamshera.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I'm like, and he started laughing. He's like, ha ha ha. And I'm like,
You were not even
it's
offered.
not funny.
You were not even offered.
No. I didn't even know what Shamshera was. It was so, I've come to know about Shamshera through the, through the journalists, through film journalists.
So what's next after Khuda Hafiz?
I have already shot for a series with Rohan Sippy called Sandwich. We shot it immediately after the lockdown. We shot in August and September with a fabulous cast. And it's a sitcom. We shot with a multicam setup. And we had a studio that had fixed sets. And we shot it exactly like a play. We would rehearse it like a play. So every episode was rehearsed like a play, and we would shoot an entire episode a day. So we used to do about 14 scenes a day. So it was like madness. Like we were all like up and about every day, and the cast was mad. Rohan's a lot of fun to work with. Bharatji and Pankaj who've written the show. Fabulous people. I did comedy for the first time. I realized, the intricacies of doing comedy. Comedy is a very serious business. So I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed that process. So that should be out in Diwali. And I'm doing the Indian remake of the French show Call My Agent now with applause, which is being directed by Shad Ali.
Lovely.
So I'm currently doing that.
To conclude, Anna, I must ask you something. Did this happen in your journey? Nepotism. It's the
Not
much
really.
talked about thing. Did you get a role where you suddenly found that you were, withdrawn from the cast? Some star son or star daughter has stepped in.
I was offered a part, but it wasn't confirmed. But the way it was handled was a little badly. But I guess Bollywood doesn't know any better. They don't know how to treat people. Sometimes I just think like they just don't know any better. This is the way they like to. They just don't inform you. You find out about things, and then when you confront them, then they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I'm just like, I have no problems with you replacing me or finding an actor who actually fits that part, which is fine. In fact, I remember you asking me that question about casting where, when I have lost parts after auditions, which I've done great auditions and I've lost the part. But, when I actually watch the show, when somebody else who's done that part, I'm like, this person was perfect for this part. And I have absolutely I don't disregard anybody's decision because I've realized in hindsight, you may sit and think that, I should have got this part. But when you actually see the actor who's been cast for that part, I feel they are perfect. Or sometimes the show is so bad that I've dodged a bullet. That I go like, thank God, main bach gayi. So that has also happened with me a lot of times. So I guess, it works both ways. Again, I have never, as I told you, I've never been part of, too many films. I've done only like 3. And the only film that I got replaced in was that one film. And it didn't matter to me, but I just think like, I was like, there's a way to like communicate this to the actors. So I guess they also are learning in the process because they just don't know any better.
But it was somebody from a star's family who replaced you.
Not at all. It was some other actor. They just got another actor for that part. And I was just like, Arey, it's fine. You don't want me, it's okay. But please tell me. I don't want to find that out through other people. That's not nice.
Okay. What else can you say when you say that Bollywood doesn't know maybe this thing, that it doesn't inform people at the right time? What else do you see in Bollywood which can be bettered?
I think there should be a fair casting process. I just feel that should happen even with like, relevant actors or bigger actors, because I just feel that I just see sometimes the same actor being repeated in like, say, 3 films of the same types. And I'm just like, we don't even come to know about the auditions for those films. Forget anything else. So although I feel that, that they want to cast people that they know. But I also feel that sometimes it's interesting to be able to audition other actors who, who can do that part also well. So I just feel like there should be a fair audition process, which I personally think, if I'm auditioning for everything else, then why is everybody else not?
So what you're asking for is a level playing field.
Of course I am, and I just feel that there should be a fair casting process. That's all.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much for this. It was lovely talking to you. And
Thank
a
you so
big
much,
thank you
Vicky.
to you from everyone here at E-Times.
Thank you, E Times.